Thank you for being with me once again. Today, I'm sure that this information is going to be very educative and very revealing to you. I know why I'm saying so because everything we are talking about boils down to what happens on the inside of you. You know that I've found out that we all speak to ourselves. I'm almost hearing somebody saying, "No, I don't speak to myself." But that's what you're doing. You are just speaking to yourself now. You have just spoken to yourself. And there's a part of us that is busy doing that. From the time you wake up till you get back to bed to sleep, that part of you keeps talking. It talks, discusses with you, it repeats some things until you reprogram it. It keeps saying things. And some things it will speak to you and then takes a break as if a wave just fades out and then comes again with a stronger wave. I'm talking about your mind. It's amazing the the capacity of the human mind. Your mind is part of your brain that does all the thinking, that does all the analysis, that does the logical reasoning, that does the association, that is trying to assess how will these I mean, will this be like the other one that happens that helps you take decisions? In fact, it's your mind that is helping you to reason in your class or in your program, in your studies, in your training, in your relating with others. And that aspect of your mind is called your conscious mind. With all that the conscious mind does, with all that it's able to do, it's just a phase of your entire mind. Now, this should whet your appetite. I want you to watch out for when my book on your amazing mind will be out. And by the way, let me invite you to my site, and that is www.robintefon.synthasites.com. Very soon it will be updated, but for now, that's what is available. www.robintefon.synthasite. Synthasite is SYNTHA and then site SITE.com. When you get there, you're going to see quite a lot of things that will benefit you. Having said that, there's another phase of the mind which is very interesting, and that is what controls our beliefs. In fact, it is programmed by our beliefs, and it also controls our beliefs. It's amazing that that's the aspect of us that if you don't take charge of how your mind works, it controls how you live your life. It determines what you do. It can place a ceiling on how far you go. It can also be a booster. It can be the reason why you will lose £1 million today and then gain some more of the millions tomorrow. It can be the reason why you go through life some tough times and then you are able to recover, and people wonder, did you ever go through what you have shared with us? It is that one, is that phase of your mind. In so many ways, I see the correlations between the that phase of your mind and the spirit of man. And I think it's one and the same thing. That's my thinking. I'm almost concluding that that's the same thing. Because it says the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. In other words, in your moments of confusion, when you don't have a flow in your thought, you don't find an answer to your question, apart from asking from others, apart from reading good and relevant materials on that subject, one of the ways that people have found out answers to things that are not easy to come by or information that are not easy to come by is to get inside of yourself, and that is to ask the question within you. Because we all talk to ourselves, and you talk to yourself, and this time around, it's a question. It's not what. Why do I hate some what? It's a, oh, some people ask why, and most times the why is why has this happened to me? Why me? Oh, but why me? Now, drop the why. Yes, know what should be done, but I believe that there's a question you should ask, and it's just one word: how? How? That can bring a whole lot of transformation in your life. How? Now, what about how? When you ask how, let it be about how can I make the best out of this? How can I use this to help myself and others? And do you know, by the time you ask how, it it appears to be a superior question because it takes care of what, it takes care of why. When you ask the question of how, it brings you to the point of preferring solutions. So many people have run businesses and are stuck on the way because all they ask is why. You should ask how. How do I get to the next level from here? And if you're able to find that answer, you'll be amazed at how much you'll be multiplied in terms of your capacity, in terms of your rise. And one thing about your mind is that when that next level of your mind, which is the subconscious mind, is the next another phase of your mind. Subconscious mind is actually what contains much more of what you have seen as a tip of the iceberg on the surface. Your conscious mind is just a tip. Do you know, if you ask a question about something that you heard about or you saw many years ago, your conscious mind will only do something. It connects you immediately to your subconscious, and your subconscious, which is busy storing the information, will quickly retrieve it and bring it to your conscious mind. And your conscious mind will be able to give the answer, and you verbalize it. You will give the sound, you will code it with sound that will translate what the answer is. And that's what happens. And yet, there's another phase of the mind. Many people don't talk about it. Why don't they talk about it? Not that they wouldn't want to, it's that they don't know. And that phase of your mind is the superconscious mind. It's still your mind. And what about it? The superconscious mind has to do with your creativity. But it doesn't come to work until you have the elements that help. You create the environment. And what are the environments? It's faith, hope, and love. How much will you be able to do without hope? But when you have hope, your creativity comes alive. And I like what John Maxwell said about hope. He said, hope in the future gives you the power in today. Well, that brings us to the end of this particular edition. I want to thank you once again, and remember to visit www.robertinterfrom.synthesite.com. Thank you, and God bless.